I'm going to cite Jim Cramer on this, and I want to talk a little bit about a little bit of economics.
Okay.
Jim Cramer said the best numbers of our lives in reference to the stock market, unemployment, all of these things under Trump before COVID, just broke everything down. And the Democrats locked down all of these, basically locked everything down. And they're arresting people who dare try to run their business. There's a couple things that say to me, it's not at all about COVID. There was a woman who was live streaming on Facebook products in her store and saying, I'm going to show you, tell me what you want, and then I can mail it to you. The police were sent in to shut her down.
What?
I'm not kidding. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Why?
This is a while ago. No idea. She said they were like, ma'am, you have to close. And she goes, we are closed. Can't you see the sign? And they're like, yeah, but you're doing stream to sell stuff. And she's like, yes, I'm in my building with the door closed. People, what? And they were like, nope, you have to stop.
Man, so that makes me think of that tweet that AOC tweeted that everyone Larry David just, or not Larry David. Larry David.
Listen up.
Sorry. Man, what is his name? Who did Uncle Tom the movie? I'm spacing right now.
Oh shoot, Larry Elder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Larry Elder just tweeted this, and people are hitting me up like, whoa, is this real? And it's that AOC tweet that's saying, look, we just got to keep the economy down because if it rebounds, it'll help Trump get reelected. And it's just like, I think it's fake.
It's fake.
I know, right? There's no proof that it's a real thing, but man, does it make sense that's, I mean, what you're just saying. It's
Take a look at the source.
Why are they trying to do this?
Take a look at the source.
It's clear that they want to keep the economy down because that's what Trump is known for. He built an amazing economy. Like, we were churning money. Everyone was making money.
Yeah. News 12, New Jersey. Police interrupt business owner as she was selling items on Facebook Live.
Wow.
A small business owner who had to close her non-essential business says that she has had several run-ins with police while she tried to make some money. The latest incident came while Catherine Hermes was conducting a shop-from-home style Facebook Live from her country home store in downtown Bernardsville. Hermes and a friend were inside the store, both not wearing masks, showing off the products to viewers who can purchase them online. Police showed up around 9 p.m. on Tuesday. Police told Hermes that it had to be closed after 8 p.m. and that she and her friend needed to have masks on. Hermes defied the executive order forcing her to close when she opened her store to customers last Saturday. She did physically open her store at one point. But this was her doing a live stream. Could you imagine if right now the cops showed up and said, yo, business is shut down. What do you think you're doing talking on the internet?
I think the internet would riot.
Did anybody riot for her?
I didn't know about it till right now.
I covered it when it happened. I talked about it and I said,
well, to be fair, I don't watch all of your segments.
No, I know. But listen, this is not about COVID.
No, it's definitely not.
A little old lady. Okay, I'm exaggerating. A woman running her business.
Yeah.
I think she's like a boomer or middle-aged. And she's live streaming products. And they show up and say, shut it down. You can't do this. Wow. What?
That's crazy.
How is she spreading COVID by selling stuff on the internet?
I know,
I
right?
order stuff from Amazon all the time.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Amazon is being bolstered. Their stock is going way up because they're the only thing left. And now I'm going to show you what's going on. So here's my ultimate point as we get into this.
Yeah.
Jim Cramer, best numbers of our lives. Out of Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who do you think is going to help fix the economy? I have literally no reason to believe Joe Biden can do anything to help the economy. And all of the things I don't like about Trump are irrelevant when it comes to who knows how to make money. Sorry, it's not going to be Joe Biden.
No.
Which brings me now to the more serious stuff I've been seeing lately. Check this out. Bitcoin price rises above 3%. Rises 3% as gold trades above $2,000 for the first time. I have no idea what it means that gold is above $2,000 for the first time, but I can tell you that I have seen gold and silver go way up recently. Look at this. Gold prices surge midday Tuesday to reach an intraday record above 2013. Silver jumps nearly 5%. What is silver currently trading at?
27.
27.
Yeah, from
Whoa.
22 just the other day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, man.
It's up.
That's
Check
crazy.
this out. Early stage mortgage delinquencies hit 21-year high. This stuff is freaky news, man.
That's crazy. 21-year high.
So listen, I've talked to a lot of people about why you got to buy your gold, people. And they're always telling me different things. I've heard from some people that people are buying gold right now because they're not confident in the U.S. economy. So they're you basically look at it this way. You've got two platforms that are going up and down, and you want to stay floating. So everybody's jumping over to hard metals because they retain their value.
Right.
Because they think dollar is going to drop. People can't pay for their houses. People are, I think it's, what is it? It's a 21-year high. The spike caused an overall mortgage delinquency rate to jump to 6.1 from 3.6 in March, interrupting 27 straight months of declines, according to a report from CoreLogic. So we're now entering the 2008 territory. Apparently, we're worse than the Great Depression or whatever. What happens next? A lot of people think that, once this is all over, once the lockdowns end, everything recovers. But they're telling us second wave, and they're telling us to lock down again. They're trying to make sure these businesses are crushed completely.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
The economy is going to be in the gutter, and that's why people are jumping ship. I don't know what their plan is, but I'll tell you what, for me at least, doesn't make me confident in Joe Biden. Makes
Definitely
me
not.
Absolutely more scared that Joe Biden would win.
Yeah.
What would make anybody think he's going to fix the economy, especially when we're seeing all this insanity?
True that.
No, Trump is the economics guy.
Yes, he is.
What happened with New York in the 80s or whatever?
In 1983, when he finished the Trump Tower, I mean, he convinced a lot of rich people to move in. And that increase of money, like one apartment sold for $10 million. New York got the taxes from that. So all these taxes that he dragged in when he finished that building, I mean, crime was crazy in New York in the 70s. So when that happened, like Donald Trump changed New York City with that tower. He changed it. All the rich people that moved in, all of a sudden they were there. Yep.
Bolstered the tax base.
Yes, he did. Exactly.
What's happening in New York now?
Oh, can we talk about that next? This is a perfect segue. All right, so check this out. This is from, what is this? Fox News. Cuomo calls on wealthy New Yorkers to come back to the city. I'll buy you a drink.
Ooh. Truly sad.
You did this to yourself, Cuomo and de Blasio. They did this.
To be fair, Cuomo's made more mistakes. He's made tons of mistakes.
True.
But he has been repeatedly saying for a long time he does not want to raise the taxes on the rich. They're already really high, and he needs them to stay.
Yep.
Because he knows exactly what you're talking about with Donald Trump building that tower, inviting the rich people to come to New York under this, it was hip, it was popular, you want to live in this building, it was luxury, it was cool.
It's still a nice building.
Oh, definitely. I heard he's got a golden toilet. Is that true?
I don't know. I want to use it, though.
Right.
I mean, who doesn't, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, rich people moved in. It bolstered the tax base. It resurrected this city. I was watching a documentary about it. This is why Cuomo is begging them to come back. They're not coming back.
No. Why would they?
You have to be insane to go back to Bill de Blasio, New York City.
Absolutely.
That guy's nuts.
Yeah, I feel bad for that city. I spent half of my life there. I have a big love for New York, but not anymore. Like I see what they've done to the city and what they don't care about the people in the city. That's all I see.
You know what makes me really angry? I've never been a MAGA person.
No.
I've never. I sit back in my chair in 2016 when the Trump people and the Hillary people were all yelling, and then when Trump won, I just laughed.
Yeah.
Because
I remember you telling me.
The comeuppance of the snooty elites.
Yep.
But I didn't vote. I didn't care. I'm like, I'm not gonna have anything to do with this. But now I'm really angry the Democrats have forced me into a position where it's like, you finally done it. I got to climb off this thing. This fence, it's really tall. Okay. I've been sitting on this fence minding my own business. Now I got to climb down and go, press a vote button, because I look at the history. Donald Trump launches Trump Tower, bolsters the tax base in New York City. Hey, that makes sense. The city starts making more money. It works.
Yeah.
Donald Trump gives us the best economy of our lives, according to Jim Cramer. I can't deny that.
The past 70 years, a couple people's lives.
The data was there. The data said unemployment was at a massive low for marginalized communities. We were seeing, businesses doing better and better. And I was like, I can recognize that, but I'm still kind of like, whatever. I have no incentive to get involved. Now the Democrats are literally burning everything in the ground.
Yep.
They're the ones shutting things down. I am being forced to leave this state because of the insane governor of New Jersey. This guy's nuts.
Who's another one that has blood on his hands because he was
putting people in these nursing homes. What do they think I'm stupid? Do they think I don't like people like, listen.
Yes, Tim. They definitely do.
Right.
They think the American public is stupid.
But this is the point I'm making is I run a business. I run a bunch of businesses. I got to do a ton of research. I got to talk to lawyers all the time. I got to read the news all day. I mean, for me, look, I get it. The guy who's selling, chairs at a furniture store doesn't have to read the news all day. But people who run businesses are paying attention probably to a greater degree to understand what the new regulations are. Can I sell these chairs anymore because they passed this new law?
Yep.
And they're seeing They're seeing the governor of New Jersey and Pennsylvania and New York going. I don't know about Cuomo himself, but the mayor of New York going out and marching with these protesters just after they burned down a bunch of parts of their cities.
Yep.
And they're going, what?
Or that $1 billion company that moved to Texas or
Yeah.
moved to Arizona.
Yeah, from Seattle.
It
It was a $1 billion hedge fund. So I don't know what they managed a lot of assets.
They're no longer in Seattle.
Yep.
They're in Phoenix now. So
How could anyone look at all this and think Joe Biden is going to save us from this crisis?
when he doesn't even make appearances, he can barely create a solid sentence that's coherent. Like I never understand what he's saying. It's always just a joke to me. Like wow, it's kind of fun like trying to figure out what he's saying.
So what are our options? Do people really think like, hey, vote for Biden so everything can burn to the ground?
Right.
It's like, okay, look, I understand Trump's got, what did Sargon say about him? Because they don't like his diction.
Right.
I'm like, that's one way to put it. But he's not the character. This is all I could talk about, but it's not. I don't care to rehash all this stuff.
Well, the whole thing about this will be Biden's America, and
that's true.
And they're like, well, it's Trump's America now, and it's like, no, those are the Democrats doing that. What are you talking about?
Well, these people. It's a bit more complicated. The shield wall of moms are the Democrats, who would vote for Biden, and Antifa hate Biden and hate liberals and hate Democrats, but will use them as human shields to advance their ideology.
Yeah.
The reason why that's Biden's America, not Trump's America, is because in Trump's America, he deploys DHS to go bolster the U.S. Marshals at the courthouse and defend federal property.
And then you have the Marxist leader that straight up says, well, Biden is more malleable and will bend the knee to what we say if we riot.
Biden's going to fall asleep.
Yep.
And I don't even care if it's Biden at this point, because let's operate under the assumption it won't be Biden.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I don't know. By the end of the month, it's not going to be Biden. We'll see, but I don't care who it is. When you get these Democratic senators like Merkley, every word out of his mouth just a lie.
Yep.
He could say the word "the," and I'd be like, "You're lying. I don't believe you." He did this hearing where he's like, the peaceful protesters and Trump's secret police with unmarked blah blah blah. And I'm like, none of that is true. None of that is true. So you've pissed me off. Now I got to climb off this fence. I'm not happy about it. Okay, I don't want to be involved. I'll tell you this: the economy is in shambles, and I'll tell you what, man. You know who's the least person affected by it? Me. Because I do an internet show where I talk about politics, and as long as politics are churning, my business is not impacted. But I see all these other people who are telling stories of torching their furniture figuratively. Their lives are being destroyed. They're struggling. We're printing money like crazy, and I'm like, dude, this needs to stop.
Yep.
I got a van. I can go live down by the river, be fine for the rest of my life. What about all the other people who don't know where they're going to go, who don't have money for food? We need someone to fix this problem. Now you got me sitting here going like, the only person who can do it is Trump.
Yep.
Joe Biden is a disaster. He's a disaster when it's not even about policy. And so now I'm sitting here looking at New York, and this is the best example. Cuomo begging the rich people to come back.
Yep.
Okay. Is he going to beg Trump to come back? Trump, come help us.
Right.
They've been begging for bailout money. I'm sorry, man. These it's gotten so ridiculous. Anyway, I don't know. This is. I'm looking at
Aren't they setting up some borders? You have to be quarantined for 2 weeks. What's going on with that?
I think I have that right here.
Oh.
New York City to set up quarantine checkpoints at city borders.
This is gonna fix it.
Who would want to live in this place?
Nobody. That doesn't
crazy,
make any
man.
sense.
I know.
Seriously.
Well, I mean, it makes sense in a certain capacity, but it's going to jam everything up, and it's going to be a nightmare for the people who have to come in and out of that place.
Do you remember when Sandy hit New York?
Yeah.
You were living there too, right?
Yeah, I got a cool story. One of the bus stops fell over, and people were skating on it.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, they were grinding on the top of it. It was cool.
So the city of New York, for the 3 days that they shut down, lost $2 billion in revenue. $2 billion in 2 days from tourism and just shopping and taxes of everything. So you can imagine, like, how long has New York been shut down now? 5 months. So 2 days, they lost $2 billion in revenue.
They can't recover, bro.
They cannot recover, especially because all the rich people moved out, and now they're quarantining anyone that comes into the city. How are they going to get away from? How can they bounce back from that?
They can't. And I was seeing an estimate that 1/3 of small businesses will not come back.
Yep.
They're just gone. They're gone forever. And makes
in
you feel
New York
awful.
or across the
New
country?
York City.
Exactly.
Yeah.
New York's done.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What's this?
I give you
Oh boy.
New York City.
Oh.
You want to read it?
New York's wealthy Upper East Side reports a shocking 286% increase in robberies, with armed gunmen holding up residents just feet from the homes of billionaires.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know this. When is this from?
Yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
286% increase.
Yep.
Well, I got a buddy who dipped at the beginning of March. He was like, I'm out. Me and my family we're dipping. They got rid of their apartment and they moved out.
Poor New York, man.
That's what I'm hearing from pretty much everyone I know that lives in New York.
Yeah. I'm hearing from a lot of people that are getting out of cities.
Yep.
I was talking to a progressive friend of mine in LA, and they were like, "How you been? What's new?" And I'm like, "Just getting as far away from cities as possible." And they were like, "I dig it. I could totally do the same thing."
Yep.
It's an issue of, can they afford to do the same thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, that's why I think we're in desperate need of someone who can solve this problem, and that's why I say I'm like really angry with the Democrats that they could have literally chosen any viable candidate from a whole slate of people, and you can disagree with them on policy, but hey, I'll tell you what. For all the things you might disagree with some of these other Democrats about, even Kamala Harris, like you can think I think she's nasty. I think she's very evil. I think she's very corrupt, my opinion of her. But at least she's like capable of speaking English.
Yep.
You know?
At least she's honest about wanting to use slave labor.
Seriously. They said, there was an article, Joe Biden's VP will be the most powerful VP in the history of this country. Maybe that's the goal, I guess. And it's going to be Kamala. You know,
you think so? That's who you're betting?
I mean, Politico, did that. What people like accidentally published that it was.
Yeah, but remember, that's if Biden is the DNC's choice, which I just don't think that's going to be the case.
I don't know what's going on with these people, and that's why I'm like, listen. Even if it was Tulsi Gabbard, even if it was Andrew Yang or Pete Buttigieg, Donald Trump still has the economic experience.
Yes, he does.
And that's that. What's your argument against that? That he's a bigot, that he's nasty, that he's racist? I'm like, that's true, but how many people need to starve to death because you don't like the opinions of Trump?
That's not even true.
No, the point I'm saying is, if they're going to call Trump racist, I'll be like, okay, so how many people should starve to death because you don't like the way the president speaks?
Right.
What's your answer to that? So we had like, what was it? I think it was the World Health Organization, I'm not sure, saying like 250 million people are going to starve to death due to the shutdowns. And people are cheering for it. And I'm like, listen, how many people are going to die from COVID versus starving to death because of the economic shutdown?
Right.
How many are you okay with? I see that you've put on a hat.
Oh.
Well, there's a reason.
Oh, is there a reason?
No beanie, no peace.
Yes.
No beanie, no peace. I got you, chat. I got you.
Did we get it?
And you got me. Thank you.
My goodness. We nailed it.
No beanie, no peace.
Great work, everyone.
I love this chat. Our fans are the best. I love you all. You guys are all fantastic. Thanks for coming here with us, because it's not the same without having you guys all here.
And now that we're and now to bring you back to the despair.
Oh no!
Thanks, Tim.
I'm definitely gonna.
I love my boss.
Check it out. 250 million people could be pushed to the brink of starvation by end of year. United Nations.
Yeah.
The economic effects of the COVID-19 pandemic will last well beyond the virus itself.
Yep.
This was in April. Now they're talking about shutting down again. This has gone beyond insane. And I'm tired of saying it. I've talked to friends where they're like, we have to lock down, we have. And I'm like, dude, 15 days to slow the spread. What day are we on? 140?
Yeah.
Well, but we've had, because people wouldn't wear masks. And I'm like, okay.
But the cases are spiking. Yeah, well, the deaths are still going down. That means it's not that bad. Period. It's not that bad.
Should 250 million people starve to death?
That's basically what they're arguing for.
And
you're going to kill your grandmother.
Listen, it's just like with Greta Thunberg.
Yep.
We have to stop all fossil fuels, even if millions of people die.
How dare you?
How dare you? We must burn down the entire global economy to kill people.
Yeah, she is very wrong.
She's not literally saying that now a Snopes is going to fact check, pop up and be like, Tim Pool claims Greta Thunberg says all these people should die. Yep. False. Tim Pool lied. Yeah, it's a joke. She's talking about shutting down fossil fuels, which will lead to millions of people dying. Right now, the economic lockdown is going to cause mass starvation around the world.
Yep.
And these people don't know or don't care and are happy with it. Why? For tribal reasons. I am flabbergasted. Is that the right word?
Yeah, that's a great word.
It is a good word.
I am discombobulated.
Also good.
Another
Keep
obscure
it going.
words.
Yep. Keep it going.
That's all I got.
I'm verklempt.
What?
Verklempt.
Verklempt?
Oh, I like that
What does
one.
that mean?
That's an old SNL reference
Oh.
from a bunch of old ladies. Chris Farley. It's old.
Verklempt.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to look it
I'm
up now.
verklempt. It's when you get all choked up and can't speak anymore.
Ah.
I think that's. I don't know.
All right, I'll Google it.
How do you navigate the space where you have the Democratic Party bending the knee to people who don't know 2 + 2 = 4?
Gosh, I don't know.
I'm not exaggerating, my friends.
Literally not.
I'm not.
1984, man.
The woke on Twitter are literally arguing 2 + 2 can equal 5. They're saying things like, well, it depends on how your axioms and your definitions. And it's like, no. Just stop. You will never have a circumstance where you take 2 pens and then Adam takes 2 pens and then poof, there are 5 pens. Just like a fifth one just magically appears. Actually, I guess if you cross your eyes and like put your fingers together, a weird third finger appears.
Well, you know when you take 2 quarters and then 2 quarters and then you do this, it kind of is an illusion that there's 3.
Oh.
Maybe
Well, that would be
that's what
6
they're
though.
thinking. That's what I don't know.
The point is 2 + 2 = 4.
Yep.
Math.
There are 4 lights. Actually, we have 6 lights.
Yeah, that's not correct.
But there are 4 lights. It's Star Trek reference.
Yes.
Learn how to count, Tim. Come on.
What do we do when you have the Republicans saying the far right, like the Klan and these groups, are bad, and so is Antifa, and the left says, well, there's no Antifa. That's a myth. And then the Republicans, the right, the moderates go 2 + 2 = 4. And the woke left goes, actually, I can think of at least 3 ways to make 2 + 2 = 5. No, you can't. You can create a different equation where 2 + 2 = 5 with qualifiers, but the literal equation is true because true and false exist. And then you have Democrats going, whatever they say on Twitter, I'll just repeat in Senate.
Yes.
How long?
That's what it seems like
How
they're
long?
doing. Jeez.
Bad policy.
How long until a Democratic congressperson or senator goes, Joe Biden will get him and go, 2 + 2 = 5. Listen here, fat. 2 + 2 can be 5.
You know the thing?
You know the thing we
No,
talk
that
about?
won't happen.
It won't be Biden.
No, they'll lose the majority of the middle. They can't risk that.
That's what Elon
Here's
says.
what I would like. I would like, there was someone made a joke in response to this 2 + 2 = 5 thing that the woke left is doing.
Okay.
That Anthony Fauci unequivocally announced that 2 + 2 does in fact equal 4 and never equals 5.
Fauci said that?
They're making a joke.
Oh, okay,
That
okay.
if he did, they'd be like, oh, well, then it must be true. And I'm like, okay, Republicans, just passively ask this. In your expert opinion, Dr. Fauci, is there any circumstance where 2 + 2 could be 5? He'll be like, no. What? Thank you. That's all.
That was
He'll be
my question.
I don't
Thank you.
understand. No, don't worry about it. You don't need to understand. I just want it on the record.
Yep.
How many Democrats would be like, I'm not answering that question? Not kidding.
Probably all of them.
Yep.
Because they can't risk losing the left
So few.
that they
tiny
think is
minority.
like the important voter base that they need to cater to. It's ridiculous.
The argument that 2 + 2 can equal 5 is basically saying that you can make anything equal anything by changing the meaning of words.
You
Right.
can.
And that's what they've been doing for a long time.
They're showing
Here's what
their
I'd like to
hand.
see. I would like to see a video of a Republican or anybody politely asking a Democrat, is there any circumstance in which 2 + 2 could be 5? And then have them say either, oh, I don't know, I'm not gonna get involved, and then just have that video go viral.
Yep.
There you go. Democrats can't tell you what 2 + 2 is. Go vote for him. Do it if you want to. That's where we're at right now. That's reclaiming my time. Yeah. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the full show, tune in to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, or check us out on iTunes and Spotify. And we will soon have this podcast up for free on all podcast platforms. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next episode.